Hello everyone. Welcome back to the session. This is the day 7 of our training program in SQL. So in the previous section we learned about the CRUD operation, aggregate function, group by clause and the having clause. In the CRUD operation we learn about the select statement and about the update and the delete statements. Then in aggregate function we learn about sum, average, minimum, maximum, count functions. Then in group by clause we learn about what is the purpose of the group by to aggregate our data. Then we'll also learn about the difference between the where and the having clauses. Where is applied before the group by and works with the row level data. Having is applied for the group by and works with the aggregate data. So in today's agenda, we are learning about the joins and the unions all. In the joins, we will learn about inner, outer and the self joins. In the outer join, there are the left, right and the full join also. That also we will cover in this video. And we will also cover about the unions and the unions all. So let's start with the joins. So what is exactly the joins? The joins and why it is necessary. So joins is basically used to merge the data to connect more than one table and which help us to get a larger virtual data. So if you want to build some report and if we need data from both the tables, we have to merge them. So join will be help him to combine that columns from the multiple tables into the large table. So for that, for the joins, we have particularly mainly two condition will be the match in that. The first one will be there should be the common field between both the tables, and if there is a inner join mainly returns the rows when there is a match in the both the tables. For matching the rows in the both the tables, we need some common field in both the tables. For example, in my case here, I'm taking the courses table and the student tables, where I'm keeping the name as the common field in both the tables, where it shows that this is the name of the students which are enrolling and which has the name also in the student table. So let me show you the SQL script for that, and we will execute the script into our PG admin tool as well. So let me take the our SQL script. I'm just taking the SQL script and trying to execute into the PG admin tool. Okay, so here first we are creating the table, the course table. So I am trying to execute that table. Okay, so my table is created successfully here. Now I'm inserting the data into that, which has the field of the name and which has the name of the student which are enrolling and the course names. So I am done that. Now let me confirm it whether my data is inserted or not. So I'm just trying to execute it. So now this is the student name and this is the course name which they enroll into that. Now let's see for the students table. Now this is the student table. I'm executing this. Now I'm trying to insert the data into this table. Okay. And now let me execute the script to see the data. So this is also our data. So student data into the student table. Now, if you see here, there is the common field in both the table, like as a name. Name means which shows which students are enrolled into the particular courses, and in the student table, it shows the student name, and it's a regarding it's a specific it's regarding age into that table. So I will execute the inner join into it. So let me share my code, and I will try to show you how inner join is going to be executed in this case. So this is my inner join. So how we are doing here? and why we are using this. So they are as the alias. So let me show you again. Select name. Okay. Then I said select a name. Then you can say the course. And I said again the name. And if I say age, okay, from which table? From the courses. Okay. And what we need to do here? We need to do here inner join on the student table. Okay, on which field we are doing? The field should be C. The field should be what table is there? It is, it's a courses dot name is equal to the students dot name. So if I try to execute this query, is giving me the error because they it's an ambiguous field, means they are not trying to understand we are referencing which field to, from which table, means is it this name is from the course table or this name is from the student table. So for that we need to give as the alias. So here I am giving alias as the C, and here I am giving alias as the S. Now to differentiate this field, I am putting here C dot name. So it specifies that this name is from the course table, and here this name is from the student table, and this is also the field of that. So we need to specify that, but it is not needed. If we don't mention also, that is perfectly fine. And instead of this course, I am putting here C, as I'm the C as are representing to the that particular table, but they are the short name, so it's very easy to write and read also. So now if I'm trying to execute this, is giving me the data. So this is our inner join, where we are showing that we are executing the executing the query on the both the tables and trying to execute and trying to get a retrieve the data which is common in the both the fields. Like if you see here, there is a student named A, B, C, D, and here is a B, C, D, E. So which are the common name? B, C, D. So here also the B, C, D. So we only get the data about only these three fields. We are, and the other names like A or here E is not a common one. So we are not getting the data for that. So that's it from our side. Now next we are going to see about the, you can say, about the outer join. So what happened in the outer join? In outer join, it is not required that there should be any only they are not returning only the match records. If there is a no match records found in the both the table, they will return the data with the null values. So there are the three types of the joins. It's a left outer join, right outer join, and the full outer join. So the left outer join is exactly what is do. The left outer join is only returns the low row from the left table, and whatever the matching records from the right table. So in this left outer join, you can see all the records from the left table. What is the advantage of using the left outer join is when you have, or you just want only the records from the left table, you are not much concerning about the right table data, but you need some the common data, common rows from the right table also. That in that case we use the left outer join. Okay, so I will show you how we can use this practically. So I'm taking this here. Okay, I already copy my data here, query about the left join. So let me try to execute the query for the left join. Before going, I just want to again execute my data and want to show you what data is present in the student table. So in the student table, there are the 4 students which has a specific age with that. There is a courses also table where it has the these 4 courses which has this one. So now corresponding values also present here. Now let me try to execute the left join, which just show you only it execute on the course table, because it only show the data which is present on the left. So left table is here courses, so it will just show you the data about all the courses, and the corresponding value, if it is not present in the student table, it will return us as the null. So let me try to execute it. So if you see here, as I mentioned, it will give us all the data present in the course table. But if the corresponding value is not present for this, it will not return you. Means here there is a no any there is a no any student is enrolled for the course Python. If you feel these things are little confusing, because on the both the side course name and the student name are have the same letter, so let me try to update the course name with some another ID, so it will make you more easier. So update courses, set course name is equal to 101, where course name is equal to A. So let me try to execute it. So here it's giving me the error because the course name is not exit. Let me try again to execute the statement. Okay, so it's my mistake. I just need to say name. So it will then identify the things. Okay, so it returned successfully. That means this data is updated in the course table. Let me try to do it for the another things also. For the next row, where is the name is B, and I'm just trying to execute here. I make it this 3, I make it this again for the next row, and let me execute it again for the next row. Same thing, we'll do it, and we update this statement. Now our data is updated. Let me show you. So data is updated now. Now let me try again to execute the left join. So now if you see, it's more clear for you that if it doesn't match with this letter, it doesn't return any data here. So that means there should be something which is common in between both, because there is a 104, 101, 102, 103. There is a no matching record are present in the student table. So that's the reason it is not going to retrieve any data from there. If it is same on the same field, if the same data is present, it will return you everything. So that's the thing. So I just want to again change the things here, and I will update it. Okay, and I will try to execute again. So in ideally it should return the data for the row which has the value D. So if you see here, it's written the value for the D, because this data is going to be matched with this one. So I'm just trying to do for the everything. What happened? Okay, so let's do again for the A. Then same thing for the B also. I'm executing the data. Then same thing for the C also. I'm executing the data. Now it's done from my side. Let me try to execute it. If you see our again, the data is written here, only the thing is like there is a course name Python which don't have any student enroll into that. Now the next one is the right join. What happened in the right join? In the right join, we are taking the data from the right side table. So if there is a student here, So it returns all the data from the student table, and there will be no any corresponding value present in the course table. It just returns the null value for that. So let me show you here. So if you see here, again, there is the course, there is a student E which is not enrolled in any course here. So for that, it returns the null value. Now, the next one is the full outer join. In the full outer join, it is a combination of the left and the right outer join. So it doesn't care what matching data is present or not, or which table is present on the right side or the left side. It will return all the rows from both the tables and it combines. So let me try to show you. So if you see here, it is the combination of the both the tables. What result are getting in the left join? There is a left join. We are getting the result. There is a course present to whom there is no any student enrolled. And in the right join, there is a student who is not enrolled to any course. So it returns all the matching records along with the records which are not matching. So this is the full outer join presentation. So these are left outer join, then there is a right outer join, then there is a full outer join, which is a combined result of the left and the right outer join. Then there is a self join. So what is exactly the self join do? The self join is basically used when you are when you are comparing the rows within your own same table. So if we for that, to distinguish both the tables, as I already told you, we need to keep two instances of the same table, and we have to use it. Okay, so for example here, the name and the course, so it's a same table, but we are using onto the same table to analyze to analyze or to compare our own table with our own things. So let me show you the query for that, and we try to execute into the pgadmin to get a clear idea about that. So if we use this, so it exactly happen like it will show you that which student not in the identity course, or if a course has no any student in that. So let me show you with that. Okay, so this is my self join. So exactly what happened here is just returns two records from the table student and from the course table, which are already enrolled into the um, student table. So it's a two alias which I am providing here. So with help of that, if you don't want to use, you can just take this from another table, and another one you can take from the other table also, and that way is also possible. So if you see, there is the A and the D, A and D. Okay, they both are they are both are enrolling to the same course. So what the use of that self join? When you want to see that particular for the particular course, how many students are enrolled, which are the repeated, like it's the same course, how many students are enrolled, or you can say in the employee manager table, if you want to see the one manager has how many employees are under that manager. So in that scenario, if the employee and the manager details are keeping in the same table, if you want to retrieve that data, if you want to analyze that data, for that we are using the self join to understand the same tables, the same tables rows, and to analyze that data. So this is the main use of the self join is here. Now our next topic is about the unions, and union is exactly what happen in the unions. Like in the unions, we combine two or more select queries, but it and removing the duplicate records, but it is doesn't provide any common. It doesn't require any common field between both the tables, and we don't need to run any query on that common fields. Without that also it's possible to execute it. So I have we today we are seeing the unions and the unions all, and then we will see what the exact difference between the joins and the unions, and where it is exactly used and how it returns the records. So that way we will see today the union. So first, what is the union? So union is basically used to combine more or to select queries, and it removes the duplicate records from the result sets. And the union all means like it combines the result set of the two ls statements, but it doesn't remove any duplicate records. And exactly where the union are using. So union, if the both the tables have the same number of columns and their data type is also same, and the column names like there should be the column names in both the tables, but basically they're the two main important things to rules to execute the union. Both the tables should have the same number of columns and they have the data compatibility. So let me show you the let me show you the let me show you the query for that union and the union all. So for that, I'm trying to execute the new query, and I'm trying to create three tables, or you can say two tables, the January and February, where there is the sales is there is a purchase is there, and we are trying to execute on that. I have created three tables. So it's up to us, but let's try. So let me take another query tool and we'll try to execute each and every table. So here is the Jan table which has the day, customer, purchase and the type. So let me execute it. Now let me insert it. Okay, so what exactly happened here? Like if I try to select the data and I want to show you. So here this is the day where the customer is do the purchase. Okay, and with which what is the payment mode, how they are doing, so that we are recording here. Now again I'm inserting, doing the table for the February. I'm inserting the data into that, and let me select the data. Okay, same thing. Actually it's everywhere it's a credit, but I can change it by the you can say cash or debit card, anything is possible here. So I'm just changing little bit here, so to get it more differentiate our data. So this I have already done for the, you can say, for the February, but I didn't insert any data. So let me insert the data into this. Now let me select the data for that. Okay, so I think by mistake I have inserted the data twice in the February table. So let me again drop the table and want to insert the data again. And I want to create a table also again. So I'm creating the table again. I'm inserting the value again. I am I'm selecting the data again. So this is the first time I'm inserting the data. Now I'm creating the table for the March. Now I'm inserting the value into the March table. Okay, let me show you. It's I didn't select properly maybe. So like that way. So I have created three tables. Let me show here to you. So there is a Jan, Feb, March. Now I'm applying the union on these three tables. So it's what happened. It removes all the duplicate ways. Like the there is a only in the BCBAC. So it just remove the duplicates from these three tables. So I have A, B, C. Okay. And now let me try to execute the union all statement. So here it doesn't differentiate anything. It's just written all the records. Like we have the three records in the each table. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's written all the records here. So it doesn't change anything here. Okay. Till now we learn about the different types of the joints. We learn about the inner joint and the outer joints. In the outer joints, they are the subcategories in the left, right, and the shift joint. Now we are going to learn about the unions. So before moving to the unions, first we try to understand how union is differentiated from the joints. So there is the difference in the joints and the unions. What exactly is the difference? So in the joints, we are combining the columns in a horizontal way, and in the union, we are combining the rows. Okay. So I just want to explain you. For example, if uh, this is my one table which has the rows, and there is another table which is also has the rows. Okay. In union, in the joints, what we are doing in the, okay, let me try again. Just let me erase this. I want to create a proper table. So this is the another table which has also the rows and the columns. Okay. So let me explain you what is exact difference between the horizontal line and the vertical and the unions. So exactly this is the horizontal joint and this is the vertical joint. For example, this is my two tables. One is has also the rows and the columns, and another table is also has the rows and the columns. Now, in the you can say in the SQL join, what we are doing, we are our result should be like this, that there is a 4 columns. So result should contain the 4 columns. Okay. So it is not, you cannot decide how many rows it will come, because it just return you to the match columns most of the time. So that depends. But definitely there is the columns is attaching, is a combining the columns here. This is joins. What happened in the union? In the union, we are combining the rows. Okay. Like here we have the 2 columns and 2 things, that's fine. But if there is a, for example, I have the 3 columns. So in my join, it will be also the 5 columns. But in the union, it doesn't has that way. It will just combine that both the tables. Okay. And then there is the data, it depends on the number of it. There is a 3 and 3, so it has a 6 rows. It combining all the rows. Okay. So like that way, you can in the union, there is a you are combining the rows, and in the join, we are combining the columns. So you can say the horizontal join is the SQL join, and the vertical join means the union join. Then in the joins, there is always there is a match conditions. Okay. But here in the union, we don't need any match conditions. Then there is a sometime there is a duplicates can be included in the join, but here in the union they remove the duplicates, but union all has the duplicates. For example, we in the last session, in the last we see already that there is the they combine the student with the courses in the join. Now we are going to see how we can connect our month sales data, and how it will be available. So let me try to go back again, and we I will show you the our previous things. Okay. So this is the union. So what happened exactly? The union combines the results of the 2 or more select queries, and it removes the duplicate rows. So it only returns the distinct rows. And here in the union all, it and in union all, it combines the more than 2 select statements and more than 2 select statements, and it returns duplicate also sometimes. So let me try to show you the union and union all in our PG admin tool. So let me go to our statement file, and I will show you. So here is I'm creating the table which show you the purchase for the each month, and we are trying to combine that all the rows from that from each month to analyze our data. So let me try to first create. Okay, let me try to create the things here. I'm just trying to execute it here. So it's written successfully. Let me try to insert. And let me check whether my data is inserted or not. Yes, it's done. Now we are going to create the another table. I'm going to try insert the data into this table. and I will check whether my data is inserted or not. Now the third table I'm going to create. Then I'm trying to insert the data into that also. And let me try to select the data from that. So my data is inserted now perfectly. So let's me try to execute union statement here. Okay. So it's about union all, but we first try to execute the union statements, which doesn't return the duplicate records into the our result set. So if you observe, I think the number 4, which the fourth date has the repetitive data on the is here also it's a repetitive. Then I think apart from that, it was not repetitive in any table. So let me try to execute these statements union, and let's see how many records are going to be written. So in the first table, we inserted the value of 10, 28, and 4. They presented here. This is the duplicate, so it is didn't get displayed here. Then the second one is about the 6 is also present here. Then 14, 20, and 4 again. So if you see here, the 4 number is repetitive in every field, but it doesn't present here. It only comes once. So it doesn't present any duplicate records. But if I try to execute it with the help of the union all statements, it's definitely comes with the duplicate values. I'm just trying to replace union with the union all, and I'm trying to execute it. So if you see here, the phone number is repeated in each result because it is not eliminating the duplicate values from the result set. So that's the main difference between the union and the union all. That union means it's not present, it's not showing the duplicate values, but in the union all there is a duplicate value, and they are just appending the rows after one another. So here the data is presented in a horizontal way, and in the joins it presented in the vertical way. If I show you here, so if I try to combine this and for this one and try to execute this command, so the data is going to be in a uh, it's going to be in a column wise. Okay, and it's like a horizontal way, and here it's a vertical way. So that's the main difference between the joins and the unions. And when are you going to do the unions? So for there are some rules. If both the table has, let me go back to our presentation, I want to show you some rules which when you are going to show these things. So when the both the tables has the same number of columns, and the columns has the same type of data type, they are the compatible with each other, that time only the join union will be get executed on your tables. So that's it from our side. In today's lesson, we learn about the joins, inner join, outer. In the outer, there is a left, right, and the full outer joins. Then there is a self joins, then unions and union solves. And also we learn about the difference between the unions and unioners, where we need to choose unions, and in which situation or scenario we need to use the unions all. Now in the next lesson, we will learn about the subqueries, triggers, indexes, TCL commands. In that there is a grant and revoke, how we can give the permission to some employees to execute some operations. So that we will see in the our next lessons. So thank you for watching this video, and please subscribe to our channel to see more such type content of the video.